Hello and welcome back to another episode of FTB Sky Factory 2.5. My name is Twin Minds, and today I will be delving a little bit more into Thaumcraft. I've covered it a little bit here and there, but for the most part I have left it kind of alone. I've done all of my researching, kind of off camera here. These are ones that I have yet to do. As you see, they are unrolled here. They're complete when they're rolled up, as you saw earlier. But I have done quite a bit. I've uncovered a lot of the stuff in the book here, and I think I've uncovered enough to kind of get started. Covered more than enough to get started, but some of these steps I like to skip because they're not really necessary. For example, you start off with the basic wand with the iron caps, and then you're kind of meant to go into copper caps, and then gold caps, and silver, etc., etc. It's not really useful to do all of those different steps when you can just kind of research a little bit and skip ahead to the little more powerful stuff. So that's kind of what I did here. To be able to do some of these things, though, I need to get a little bit of infrastructure in place. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do here. To get started, I need a couple things here. All of those couple things. So first off, I've run into a little bit of problem with my research. I need a deconstruction table. I may have mentioned it previously, but the deconstruction table helps you with getting some of the research points that you need to do this. As you can see here, I have run out of Ordo. That is one that I run out of often, and it seems to be, from all of the researches that you do, Ordo, Modus, and Victus are the ones that kind of burn through really quickly, along with Permutatio there, because it's the exchanger. It's the one that lets you go between Permutatio and Ordo, so it's used pretty often to bridge that gap. So these ones run out pretty often, and Ordo I'm out of. And if you look in the book here, under this one, this is one that I could normally buy just straight up for points, as I have done with all of these. But I need 6 Ordo, and while this one lets you regen it slowly so you can use it in the page here, it never goes above 0 technically. This one becomes available to put in there, which is how you match up all of these in a line, but it doesn't count as a 1 even for buying something out of the book. See how it just regenerated there? So it's available again, so I can put it back in here if I wanted, but it still doesn't count for anything for buying with. So I need another source of this, and that's where the deconstruction table comes in. X on the left and pick on the right. And then I need a thermometer thingy. So that makes a deconstruction table. So this is how you craft in here. Not only do you need the materials, but you also need a certain amount of the V or vis. I think it's pronounced V technically. So I need 22. Even though it says here I need 20, and that is because my wand is terrible. It's got 110% viz cost, V cost. I'm never going to say that the same way each time. That's okay. So 110% means that I'm spending more than I should. So I want to fix that as quickly as possible. So first I need that, and then I need this. So this can go right there, where that table was previously. So now what you do in here is you just put in an item, and it will slowly break it down into its base components. Now the common trick for this is to use crafting tables. The crafting tables, let's grab a whole bunch of them there. These crafting tables, if I've even scanned it before, I haven't. It uses Fabrico. That's what that hammer and nails is. And the way the deconstruction table works is it will break down the item into one of the base components. And Fabrico it's a high enough of a tier. If you can see here, it uses Humanus and Instrumentum, both of which break down into all sorts of goodies. So due to the amount of these that break down, you're ultimately almost guaranteed to get one of the base elements every single time you break one of these down. See how I'm getting some of each? So over time, I will just come in here and click one whenever it's ready, and hopefully I'll get enough Ordo to do what I need to do. It's not guaranteed to get an ordo, obviously, because you're getting one of the primary 6. There's a second ordo. So it's not consistent, but as far as I'm aware, it's the only solid source of these things. So I will have to figure that out at some point. I think there's another source, but I'm not positive. So there's my 3 ordo, which means I'm halfway to that. I thought it was 3 instead of 6, but that's okay. I'll do that later. Now the other thing to keep in mind is these here, the ones that are glowing with the purple aura. Those are forbidden knowledge. As I mentioned previously, those are the evil side of magic. Obviously, making a wand out of bone is not necessarily considered the most wholesome activity that you could take on. So anything that you learn in the book gives you some of the warp, is what it's called. And the warp is described in here. Basically, bad stuff happens. If you have just a little bit of warp, chances are you're just going to hear a little bit of a heartbeat every once in a while, a la the telltale heart. But over time, other bad stuff can happen. I don't actually know all of the bad things that can happen because I've never wanted to do all that much in the warp category. There are ways to get rid of it, but I'm not there quite yet, so I'm trying not to get much of it if I can avoid it. This one, Research Mastery, does give you the warp, and it's the only one I've gotten so far because it's pretty handy. There's a 50% chance that you will regain the research point when you use it. Also a 10% chance whenever you put one in that it won't actually cost anything. So this one is really handy in saving some of those aspects. So this one I consider mandatory regardless. It was mandatory before they implemented warp, and it is still mandatory after you implement warp. So the other handy thing it can do is shift click. So these research, these aspects that are component of multiple different things, you run out of these as well. So then you can just shift click to make one. I'm trying to find one that I can make that I don't. There we go. So shift click makes one to use. I use a lot of Victus, so I have no problem making more of it. And yeah, it's just a really easy way to get more of it without having to come down here. And you have to click a Terra, and then you have to come all the way over here, and you have to click an Aqua, and then you have to click that button there to make one. It's just obnoxious. So shift click is a really easy way to get more of that stuff. So that's the other reason it's mandatory. So that one research is very handy in researching everything else. So because I just used all of my Perditio to make that table, I need to go get more. And that requires diving down into the void. Diving down into the void. I always hate this part. Alright, so I have down to the void. I activated my hover, which I have on a hotkey on my mouse. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't need that one. It's somewhere along this line. It was X is 206 and Z was negative something. So it should be this one right here. There we go. So I've got 38 Perditio available in that one, so that is plenty for my wand to suck up. You just right click on it, and it gives you a little bit of a particle effect to fill it up. And you can see that my wand was at 3 and is now at 25. So that is definitely something I needed. I'm getting rid of this wand as fast as possible, but first I need to actually use it to make stuff. Alright, now the other thing that's handy is, if you hit I on your keyboard, you have a list of all the nodes that you've scanned. So I did a little bit of digging around my area, and I found a few. Enough to get a little bit of a source of each type, which is really handy. Ooh, I've got 100 aqua, I didn't even notice that. So when you can come in here, if you need a specific one, you can mark it with this button here. Now, it doesn't do anything at the moment, because you need the goggles of revealing to be able to see it. So that is the next thing that I'm building. And that is all the way back here. So the goggles of revealing is 5 of each. 5 of each of the primaries, and then 3 of each of the good and evil, or dark and light, or whichever you want to call them. So let's see, can I put that in? No, I can't. I don't like that shift clicking doesn't work in there. Gold, gold, Thaumeter, and Thaumeter. So those are flashing, saying I need them. And then once I put the wand in, they stop flashing, saying I have them. Boom. Alright, so this gives me a 5% V discount, which is good. The other things that I need are in here somewhere. I just forgot what they're called, so I have to look them up the hard way. Not the thaumium stuff, but the other stuff. There we go. Thaumaturge's robe, leggings, and boots. So these are made with the enchanted fabric, which is made with wool and string and one of each. So hopefully I have enough. I need 8, 7 for 15, and 4 more for 19. I do need more aspects to make each of these, but I should have enough. Let's get some string and wool. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of everything. Notice I'm getting used to my jetpack. It startles me every once in a while, but that's okay. Alright, so I need... Can't shift click. Can shift click. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, ran out. Too short. Probably should have just put on my dang goggles and did that ahead of time, but that's okay. So I need to go collecting some more. So let's do that. Hopefully I can find them in a reasonable amount of time. Actually, let's go ahead and put on my goggles so I can see them. The goggles act as a thaumeter, so you can actually see the glowing bits, but don't require having the thaumeter out like that to be able to see them. So that's always nice. And also at the very top, as you can see, I've got my arrow now, which points to the one that I've marked. So that's nice. Alright, so we've got air. And let's see, air, aqua, terra, aqua, ordo, purd. Let's mark that one this way. Notice it's saying it's 3 blocks away, which is this one right here. Oh dear. Oh dear. I thought I got that research. I'll have to look at that. Oh, I did get the research. It's the wand that's terrible. So, notice this had aqua. It no longer has aqua. And it's at 0 purd. So, the wand itself is the terrible component here. Ultimately, what you're supposed to be able to do is draw down to 1. So it leaves 1 left in there so that they can regenerate. As you saw right there, it just regenerated 1. Whenever you draw all of them, it has a chance to completely remove that type from the node. So that's a bad thing, but this is not a great node to begin with, so I wasn't too terribly upset by that. But if I were to draw that last Perditio there, it has a chance to remove that entirely, just like it did with the Aqua, so I'm not going to do that. My wand is still missing Terra, Aqua... Okay, so Terra and Ignis are the ones I need the most of right now, so let's take a look. Ignis... Okay, so if I mark this one and go to that one, should be able to grab a little bit of what I need. Hopefully I'll remember not to suck out all of it. That's fairly good. Let's not push my luck there and grab a different Ignis. This one is pretty close and it has Terra on it. Let's go this way. And that is this one. Interesting. It's not behaving. How curious. Well, it worked. I'm full. But I don't see any of the overlay. I don't see the overlay that tells me what's in it, or how much is left, or anything like that. So, something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong, but something went wrong. Alright, let's see. Ordo, and, or Aqua and Purd. Aqua and Purred is this one. Let's go to that one. See? That one's got the overlay. Alright. That one's Aqua. I must have read it wrong. That was Terra. So Purred is this one. I only have one that has Purred in it. And I just burned it. So I will have to hope that I've got enough. Alright. Where the heck is my base? Base is back this way. And up. Ooh. All unloaded. There we go. That's why I couldn't see it. It was all unloaded. Ooh. Oh dear. I made my wall taller enough for all of the various ingots that I've gotten. And that taller made it so that there's some darkness there. So that could have been very hazardous. Let's light that up. Alright. Now, I got the Pokephenium. I got a cow that gave out Pokephenium. And that's one of the top tier metals. So that was a very nice find. I think that's the only additional cow I got. Yeah, only the one extra. But it's a good one extra, so that's a good thing. I also have some more critters showing up here. Now, I have expanded my little courtyard here. I did that for a reason, because one of the next things that I want to take care of involves growing some specific trees. Now, you heard some dinging noises there. All these little leftover glowing bits. That's actually V, or Viz, coming from the animals that I'm killing. So that's another way that you can recharge the wand. Notice it's full now, even though I did not find the rest of that Perditio. So that's actually kind of nice. Whoa! Alright. So let's make the last of the stuff I need here. 1, 2, okay. And then I need the leggings, the robe, and if I put those on, I should be able to make the boot a little bit cheaper. I should have done that with the legs, but that's okay. Alright. So, now I have my full set here. Now, I can't fly with this. I'm not going to make the joke of... Yeah, never mind. I can't fly with it, but I can make stuff with it. So what I'm going to do is get something available. Ooh, stuck on a box. So that I can use that. Ah, yes. I was wondering where that was. I used it. Alright. I am making an armor stand. An armor stand with a lever, perhaps? Where's my sticks? There's my sticks. An armor stand with a lever will let me put this stuff down and then quickly put it back on again. So I don't know, let's over here. So if I put my other armor on there and then I come down here and plop the lever under there, I'm already not used to not flying. That's sad. So now if I come down here and I shift right click, it puts on the whole set at one time. Very nice. So now I can just come over here, shift click to grab my Thaumaturge set, start crafting, and come back over there and put on my flying set again. So that's very nice. Alright. Let me get a couple more things that I need, and then I will return. Alright, I think I have stuff. One thing that I wanted to get is some shears for the next step. But I don't want any old shears. And I kind of got a hint when the book told me to make the flux-infused crook. I have no idea why anyone would need a flux-infused crook, because there are plenty of methods to get the stuff that you would get out of a crook by the time you can make it. But I'm going to make it anyway, because it told me to. So let's do that. Flux-infused crook is in here somewhere, down here. Flux-infused crook is these flux crystals plus obsidian rods. So I'm going to make all the obsidian rods I can, which is 8 of them. And then these go here, and this goes, I think, here and here? Yes. Flux-infused crook. I have no idea why I need it, but I'm making it because the book told me to. And then the other thing I wanted to make was the flux-infused omni wrench, which I need one of these, like so. Now, the main reason for that is it's charging already. I love it. Is that one going to charge? It's not going to charge. Interesting. Alright, what else? I don't even need it. I'm just going to, I don't know, put that over here. Oh, sure, now it charges. Now it charges. Alright, I'll put that over here anyway. The main reason for that is not only does this count as a wrench, but it also counts as shears. And it should be able to be a long-term shear. So, what I want is these things. This is a dark oak, and that is a jungle tree, a big old jungle tree. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's crazy. That was all of the vines, which is why I wanted the shears. And then the other thing I want is the actual leaves. So let's do that. I need to hover a little bit. Leaves, leaves, so many leaves. I don't know if I actually need all of these leaves, but I'm getting them anyway. Alright. And then I do need to take down all of this stuff. Because I don't need darkness floating around. I'm going to kill me some sheep. Alright, and then I need the leaves off of here. Not that one, this one. Good. Alright, so I got a little bit of jungle saplings and dark oak saplings, but the jungle leaves and the dark oak leaves were my primary goal there. So let me dump off some stuff here. I don't need the oak wood. I don't need that. Okay. Let me see. I need the rest of that. Alright, I think I got everything I need. So I'm going to put away most of this. There. Alright, now the reason for that is a little bit convoluted, but there is a reason for it. Whoa. It randomly decides if it's going to go slow or if it's going to go ultra fast. So sometimes it catches me off guard, but that's okay. The main reason for that is the saplings. Great wood and silverwood are the two saplings that come with Thaumcraft that create their own unique trees. To make these, the normal way is through dangerous infusion recipes that are really darn expensive, etc. But at least one of these things has added a recipe that's much simpler. So I need witchwater buckets, and I need dark oak leaves and saplings for this one, and this one is jungle. So I just put away my buckets, so let me grab those back again. I think I'm just going to make one of each to start here, and then if I need more of them later, I will. So that goes back over to this witchwater. And I need to wait for it to transform again. So I'll go ahead and collect my mushrooms. This guy has just been sifting away whenever something comes up. He's doing his job nicely. And I have no sand left here, so that's doing that. Now I'm getting gravel out of this as well. I could easily hammer down the gravel into sand to have even more output. I may actually do that at some point here, but I'll probably do that off camera. Alright, there's my other bucket of witch water. Right, so witch water, jungle sapling, or sorry, dark oak sapling. And I need the dark oak leaves. And this gives me the greatwood sapling. And then the other one that I need is the jungle variant for the silverwood sapling. Alright, so if I go plant these and then water them, I should be able to get some stuff. So let's do the silver there, and greatwood over here. Now, can I get these to grow in a reasonable amount of time? Kinda looking like no. Kinda looking like that one worked. Oh, good lord. Alright, so greatwoods are massive, massive things. So one of these should do me for a very long time. They're also kind of worth putting into a tree farm and having those go. Do I ever need the greatwood leaves? Let's just search for greatwood instead. Greatwood leaves. Do I ever need them for anything? No, they have no crafting use whatsoever. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to break them like normal. And hopefully get some greatwood saplings out of it. Good. So I'm going to scan the greatwood and the leaves. And I'm also going to scan the sapling. Did I ever scan these? I did. Alright, so let's do some more breaking here. Now the reason I'm doing this with the thermometer instead of my hand is that the vein miner does not work with an open hand. Weird little quirk or program, who knows. Oh, good lord. So I did not catch all of that because some of that went off into the void, but I think I got enough. Maybe. I think I got enough. So that is... that's 5.5 stacks. It'll be fine. I don't think I will ever need that much, but it does have some uses. It acts as a standard log, which is good. So it has plenty of uses in that regard, which includes the fun recipe of logs in a circle making 4 chests. That's a very nice recipe to have. It also makes its own planks, which are actually really nicely decorative planks, so I may use those at some point. Yeah. So it's definitely got some uses, so it's not a loss. I can always make more of that with my saplings. Alright, now we need that silver leaf to grow. Silverwood, silverleaf, silverwood, silverwood. Let's see if I can hit that with a little bit more of the can. Kind of looking like no, unless this is in the way. Kind of looking like not. Let me grab a little bit of a bone meal and see if that helps at all. Bone meal is down here. It's not even accepting the bone meal. So this one might be one of those ones that just doesn't work with the normal growth methods, and I'm just going to have to wait for it to grow. That's alright. I don't need it at this moment, but it would be nice to have eventually, so it'll eventually grow. The good thing about the silverwood, aside from being the next tier up of wand material, is that when the tree grows, it has it has a chance to have one of the nodes inside of it, the nodes that are down there. So this is a method of getting more of those nodes for use for, oh lordy, other stuff. Yeah, there we go, that worked. Now, the challenge with these is that they have a really low chance to drop the saplings. So first off, let me check to see if the leaves are useful. Silverwood leaves have no crafting recipes as expected. So let's just break them all. And I got a sapling. It's a start, I suppose. Now, let's see if there is a node inside. It does not look to be, otherwise I'd see a little glowy bit. Which means I'm going to have to grow another one. Ooh. So that's a thing. That's a thing indeed. Let me put down a torch somewhere nearby so those don't get too dark. Now I'll go ahead and plant my other silverwood sapling here. Scan it first. Alright. So, because those don't have a good chance for saplings, I'm probably going to have to make more of those at some point or another. So I'm going to put this stuff aside, because I may need it. Alright. So now I have my silverwood. Now I don't need the silverwood at the moment. And the main reason for that is, if I do the silverwood wand here, the crafting recipe to make the silverwood rod is an infusion. So I need to get an infusion altar going. To do that, I do need a better wand of some sort. And that's probably going to end up being the great wood. So let me get my crafting gear on, grab some great wood, and then figure out what the recipe is for it. This is 3 Perditio required to make that. Let's see if my wand has that. Oh, I have plenty. So make a great wood rod. There we go. And then I don't need a staff yet. I need a great wood wand. So that's going to be gold caps. Now I think I can technically use any caps on these, but let's do the gold because that's what it says I should do. I just need gold nuggets and then 3. So let's get some gold nuggets. Oh, my flight's gone. Sad times, I have to walk. $10 is all I should need there, because I only need 2 caps and they're 5 nuggets each. Cap and cap. Those go there, that goes there. I have all 9 that I need for this. And now I have the gold banded greatwood wand, as opposed to the iron capped wooden wand. So this is a storage capacity of 25, and this is a storage capacity of 50. So I've immediately doubled my capacity of V that's available. Alright, so now I need to take a little bit of a break because my wand is empty, and I need to fill it. And if I recall, my availability to some of these is pretty slim. Like this right here, I just barely have the 50 that I need to fill it up. So I will probably need to fill it up and then take some time to let these recharge so I can fill more. They do recharge, but very slowly. It's something like 1 point every half minute to a minute or so. It's not the fastest thing in the world. There are options to fix that at a later time, but I have access to none of that right now. So for right now, the answer is wait. So I will take care of that, and then I'll be back when I have enough to do the next part that I want to do. Alright, I think I have enough. We will find out. So the thing that I'm making next is the infusion altar. I don't have too many solid plans for it yet, but there's some really nice stuff that I'd like to make with it eventually. But at the very least I want it out so it can look nifty. So that involves this little block here called the runic matrix. Normally it is a recipe like so that requires 40 ordo. Not a huge deal, but ordo is something that I'm a little bit slim on, so the sky block adds a different recipe using 1 of each instead of 40 ordo, which is nice. It does use a little bit more in the term of shards, but not too terribly bad, because these are easy enough to get through hammering. So I'm not too concerned about the cost on those. And then it requires these arcane stone blocks, of which I will need a few. So let's make those first. They do have some chisel aspects to them, which can make them look pretty nice. But it requires a shard of any type, surrounded by smooth stone, and then 1 each of Ignis and Terra. So I can do that. I was going to use my entropy shards here. And then 1 each, which means I need my wand. Now, I do not know how many of these I need, but I kind of want to do all of them, so all of them it is. Alright, and then the next thing that I need is the runic matrix itself, which is going to use this recipe here, which means I need to make these crystals. 4 of them, like so, and then like so. So I have my runic matrix, and then I will also need some pedestals. I need 9 pedestals, I believe my count was. And pedestals are made in this fashion here. 9 of them. They require 4.5. It should be enough. Hey, it's enough. I made too many pedestals. That's alright. I think I don't have enough stone blocks then, because this too high section here needs to be made out of those stone blocks, so I need to make a couple more of those. 9 should do it. Alright, let's get this thing built. So to get it built, I basically need to replace all of these with their appropriate piece. So these are the pedestals. I'm fairly certain they work this close, but we will see. And then I need a pedestal in the center here. Alright. And then I need to place the runic matrix 1 high. See if I can do this. Like so. And that. And then these need to come down and be replaced with the blocks. I'm doing this from memory, by the way. I haven't actually looked it up in the book this time around, so hopefully that's enough. Alright, I do need to place a torch down because I have a little bit of darkness going on. I think it's just that one spot. Okay. Alright, and then the last step is to right-click it with the wand, and I think this is the part where it's a challenge, because I don't remember how much in the wand I need. Not enough. Let's find out, shall we? So this one is the one that's the sky block, but it does not tell me how much I need to make it. So then this one is the real one. Does not tell me there. Does not tell me there. I need 25 of each. So let's see, how much am I short? I am only short on air. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty doable. So let me grab my flight suit out of charging station here. Oh, that's so nice. I just burned through, I think it was 20 million RF. And that was only about 10 minutes ago where I fully charged that and then filled this up again. So, yeah, I'm doing fine on energy. Alright. Let's do... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's do that. And got my wand. I need to find my air source, which is really close here. And then I need my goggles. So there's my air source. Hopefully it has enough left in it. Plenty. Alright. Alright, done. So now I should be able to just right-click the runic matrix and make my altar. No, no. Which means I did something wrong in the build. So let's take a look at build. Actually do it right this time. Ah, stone bricks. That was one step off. Okay. So I need to take out the bottom ones here and replace them with the bricks. Which is really easy. It's a very fine point of detail, considering it's the exact same cost. There we go. Boom! Alright. So, that little runic matrix turns itself on its corner and then starts spinning and glowing. And these bricks turn into these nifty little hook horn looking things. So this is the infusion altar. Now to use it is a bit of a challenge. You'd plop your item in the middle there, which sits on the pedestal. By the way, any one of these pedestals can just right click an item of any type. It doesn't even have to be Thaumcraft related. And they just float there. But you plop your item, your target item in the center, and then you surround on the pedestals the various items that are going to be infused into that to make a new item. I will be covering infusion at a later time because I don't actually have anything ready to actually make an infusion. A lot of the infusions require countless different components from that entire wall there, some of the Thaumcraft materials, etc. So, not ready for it quite yet, but that will come very soon here. So, in the meantime, I've got it up, and it looks pretty nice. Like so. And then I also have the access to all of these different blocks that I can use to decorate my Thaumcraft area. So, I've made quite a bit of Thaumcraft progress. My tree, however, has not grown yet, but that's okay. But I'm going to leave this episode here. I feel like I've accomplished some things. Next time, I hope to accomplish more things. But until then, see ya!